contribution to the breast cancer cause. And this year we selected a really special person who belongs to a really special family who's been touched by breast cancer. They've supported us, the Bright Initiative, right from the very beginning. I'd like to welcome and please give a big hand for Donna Stamponi.
Good morning, and first off, I would like to thank the Bright Run Committee for allowing me to share my story with you today and to be this year's Bright Run Survivor Speaker. I'm truly humbled and honored. I am no stranger to cancer. My name is Donna Stamponi, and I'm a 29-year survivor of cancer and a 7-year breast cancer survivor. Many that have been diagnosed, there's the initial shock and fear of hearing the word cancer. I had Hodgkin's disease at 17 years old, and I went 22 years cancer-free. So I really thought cancer was a distant memory. I was told that my risk level for breast cancer was higher, however. At 17 years old, your thought process is a lot different. I remember treating it like an everyday sickness. You get treatment and you're all better. Having a 17-year-old now, I know that it must have been much harder on my parents than it was on me. My grandmother died of breast cancer the year before I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's. So I was no stranger to the disease, and I knew very well what cancer could do. My family was a tight-knit Italian private family. So when I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease, very little people knew. Not my friends, not my school, not my teachers, not even many of my extended family.
That's it.
For some reason, we kept it hush-hush. So when I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2009, as an adult, my approach was very much different. I took a 180. I was a teacher and a coach in the community in which I lived. I talked about my breast cancer and I didn't stop. I made sure that my own children knew what I was going through and answered any questions that they had. My biggest fear was not death itself. It was leaving my 2 children without a mother. The love, comfort, and support that I received was absolutely amazing. And I believe that this helped me and my family go through the struggle of me dealing with cancer. When I was diagnosed, I was probably in the best shape of my life. I just returned from a family vacation and received that dreaded call of a repeat mammogram. I called my doctor in a panic, and he assured me that it was probably nothing. I remember being dropped off by my dad, and I told my dad to wait in the car because it would be only a few minutes. But from my mammogram, I was whisked off to ultrasound. And then the radiologist came in and said that he wanted to do a biopsy right away. As he was doing the biopsy, he told me he was 99% sure that it was cancer. I was shocked. My whirlwind began. Why me? The 10 days waiting for the confirmation felt like a lifetime. I attended my first Bright Run days before my double mastectomy. I found out about the run through a friend and quickly put a team together of girls that I coached and family members. We quickly raised $5,000. The care that I received at the Jurvinski by all staff that I encountered was truly phenomenal, and I knew that I had to give back. My story in the community traveled like wildfire. The day of the event was incredible, walking down the path and seeing all the pink shirts. As I look out today at all the strong, courageous people, it still gives me goosebumps with those people wearing the pink shirts. You are the real superheroes.
All right. I'm just wiping snow. I'm
Seeing
not done.
all the oncologists, the nurses, and the staff at Dravinsky here supporting and volunteering their time is truly amazing. The 1,000+ people here are united because either themselves, their mother, their aunts, their friends are all fighting the disease. We are fighting as one. At my first Bright Run, a few days before the biggest surgery of my life, the fear and the loneliness left me. Knowing that many people here were going through the same fight I was gave me the strength to fight my journey. The love, prayers, and support that I received from my family, my friends, the community, the students that I taught, and my co-workers was incredible and gave me intensity to fight. And the day after my surgery, after the anesthetic wore off, I remember calling my husband at 6 in the morning. He thought I was crazy. He didn't even know who I was on the phone. But I had such inner peace and calmness. Unfortunately, as I made my way down the road to recovery, almost exactly a year later, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. Yet again, our family was thrown into the fight.
Not tired?
My children at the time, 14 and 11, watched again as their grandmother went through treatment and had surgery. They were terrified and both dealt with it very different. First their mom and then their grandmother. How fair was that? But we know cancer is not fair. This is a woman that watched her mother and her grandmother die of the disease and had to deal with her daughter going through cancer as a teenager. But this time, she took the approach that I did a year before, and she was no longer private about her disease. She too found comfort in sharing her story. Bad luck struck again a year later, and my aunt, my mom's sister Rita, who is here with us today, was diagnosed with breast cancer. At this point, we were all mortified. Again, as a family, we picked ourselves up and fought hard. Hence our team name, In It Together. We treated this as a family disease and we put all hands on deck. In 2014, my mom's breast cancer returned. It's very hard being a caregiver and watching someone you deeply love go through such pain. It was almost worse watching her than going through cancer myself. I poured all my strength I had into helping her go through this disease. After an 18-month battle with the disease, on March 6th of this year, my mom decided to end her battle with cancer. I thought and chose my words very carefully. My mom did not she decided to end her battle with cancer. But boy, did she give this damn disease a hell of a fight. From 2009 to 2016, I can honestly say there's not a day that goes by that cancer is not in my thoughts or in my conversations. I often think, why me? Why my family? I'm not going to lie, I have many emotional days, but with the help of my husband Pete, my children Sierra and Jake, and my dad Romeo, I get through this. Through my story, I have realized I can help people. I have experienced the emptiness, the loneliness, the panic, the anger, and the fear of waiting for results, and at times receiving the unwanted news. My perspective in life has changed dramatically, but it is still a continual work in progress. Our team In It Together has been participating in this event since 2009, and we have raised approximately $40,000. Right from the first year, thank you. Right from the first year, both my children, Sierra and Jacob, have volunteered at the event, and we look forward to it every year. This year is especially emotional for me, as my #1 supporter is not here in body, but I know my beautiful angel is here watching and is smiling and clapping as we hit the finish line. I love you, Mom. I am very fortunate to have my husband here, my children here, and my dad, and various family members here for support. Lastly, to all the beautiful people in the pink shirts that are going through this journey or have gone through the journey. Firstly, you are not fighting this alone. We are all in this together. Whenever you find yourself doubting how far you have come, just remember how far you have come. Remember everything you have faced and the battles, whether they are little or big, that you have won, and all the fears that you have overcome. God bless you and thank you.